Welcome to Be Empowered, a new podcast interviewing young people about empowerment. I'm Mark Prensky. Today, our guest is Sky Prensky, who happens to be my 17-year-old son. Sky is a senior at Gunn High School in Palo Alto. He's work assistant consultant, and he is currently a supervisor at a roller coaster park. Welcome, Sky.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
When you hear empowered and empowerment, what do they mean to you?
I think that the word empowered means someone who has the drive to do something that they're passionate about, and then they go and pursue that. Like they don't just give up on the idea, but they also like pursue the idea and they take action for what they're passionate about. How would you define empowerment?
What we say is that if you're empowered, you say, I can, I choose, and I accomplish. So you have to do all those three things in order to be empowered. When was the last time you felt truly empowered, if ever?
It's a really good question.
You could do something that you chose to do and that you, in fact, accomplished it.
I don't know if I've really truly ever felt empowered. I to do something under my own accord.
Because I know you, I would say when you wanted to fly, you felt empowered. Is that fair?
Oh yeah, I didn't feel empowered during that because I found something that I really wanted. I've always wanted to fly in an airplane, like a small airplane, like fly myself. And then, one day I just was like, oh, I should, I feel empowered, so I should go do something about it. So I started researching, I started doing something about it. I asked my dad, that, oh, can we do this? Like I found out this and this. And of course he supported me. Thank you very much. And so that happened, and I made it happen because I was empowered. um but I had to find that myself. So
Thank you very much. What powerful things do you think young people are now capable of doing for the world that they couldn't do in the past?
I think a lot of young people right now are able to provide influence in the world and things like that, like due to technology and how much it's progressed and how much it's allowing us to like connect with other people. And like you can connect with anyone around the world at any time you want, which is really an important tool. And I think that using this to your advantage, you can really easily like coordinate events that couldn't be coordinated in the past. You can create like different sources of content to promote different things, and you can really just a lot more collaboration can go on, and planning and group events.
And how much of this new power have you used? What more could you do?
I think I try for the better good. I try like for example beach cleanups. I do beach cleanups and things like that. We coordinate all through the internet and technology and all like that. We set things up through there, create various spreadsheets, things like that. But I think what I can do more maybe is go out there and try to find places where I can maybe make an impact and I can connect with other people so I can have a better impact.
You think school empowers you? Do you think it's still useful, or do you think we could find something better for young people like you to do with all the time you spend in school?
I don't think school, or very rarely does school empower me. I think that it would be nice to have something else to do rather than school, because while school is kind of important, there's like a certain point I feel like in which it becomes sort of trivial, because when you get to a certain level, you start learning things like very specialized courses and things like that. And it's like, but you usually don't get to choose it. It's kind of assigned to you, like American literature, calculus, and things like that. And I think that it would be beneficial if you could really dig in and find something that you like, and then like they could expose you to that from an early age so that you could keep constantly pursue that as you grow older, rather than just attending school for um, you know the reason just to get into college, which just to get a good job. I feel like that's kind of that shouldn't be the purpose of school and spending all this time.
So if you could pick a real world project or projects to do instead of having classes, what would it or they be?
For me personally, or for just like in general?
Personally, you, for you.
I think that, well, I'm really interested in like space exploration, so I think that it would be cool if they could offer something that could branch me into space exploration, possibly set me up. Like, I know it's not, it's kind of a niche field, so it would be nice if the school could support me in like trying to find an internship or a job or something relating to that in the field and like real world experience.
What do you think are your greatest frustrations as a young person in today's world? Do you think it'll be different because the young people are now connected via the internet and other ways?
I think frustrations is a lot of times like with the inability to like, I guess, find or like use your time in ways that are really useful, because even though we have like the internet, it's sometimes difficult to find all the information that you would like to find. And I think that with technology you can really increase, there will be ways in the future to kind of directly find what you really want to find. And I think this will help jumpstart a lot of people, because right now, like, if you want to find information on certain things to help you get a career or something like that, it's not the easiest thing in the world. But I think that with further progression, it'll be very, very easy to find exactly what you need.
Are adults, like parents and teachers, helping empower young people? What more could they be doing? Is there anything they should stop doing?
I think that right now, how it is kind of like a lot of parents will support their child if the child comes first. Like if the child prompts, like, "Oh, I want to do this. Like, can you help me with this?" Then the parent will be like, "Yeah, of course we can do that." But I think a lot of the time, what's lacking is like parents going to the child and like trying to like not force upon, but just like present a lot of options to the child to of things that they could do, because it's good if the child can find something they want to do and prompt the parent to help them with it, and that's fine. But it should really be more of, you go out over time, you find out, you look at these different things and you say, "Oh, I really like this, I really like this," and then from there, you can progress it further.
Do you think young people have a more I can, we can attitude than young people did in the past?
I think young people do, especially in group situations, because of the internet and how connected people are. I think like earlier, if you wanted like a good example of this is GoFundMe. Like, if someone's house gets burned down and, like they can't afford to rebuild it themselves, then everyone rallies together, they post on social media and stuff, and everyone just puts in a little bit, and then they all of a sudden can afford a house for this person. So it's kind of cool just to see that. I think that with the internet and how connected everyone is, it's much easier to make a change, or you feel like it's a lot easier to make a change um, in your head, because of how connected we are.
I understand that you are not going directly to college after high school, but you plan on taking a gap year. Tell us a little bit about what you plan to do.
Yeah, I am taking a gap year. I have a few main goals. My main goals are one, traveling, just traveling the world, getting to meet new people, explore new places. I want to get an internship while I do that, because I really want to gain work experience and see like what field I would like to go into when I get past my gap year. And I would like to learn a new language.
And how are you empowered to do those things in ways that in the past kids were not empowered?
I feel like a lot of it has to do with the content scene, because before, maybe before technology and stuff like that, you would just see posters and things like this about like places around the world, and you wouldn't really know much about them. But I think with technology, it really allows you to dive deep. Like I've seen online some beautiful places that I would love to visit, places I would have never known about otherwise. And I think that that exposes me to, I'm really empowered that I want to travel and explore new places. And I also think that technology can help with new opportunities. Like I want to get an internship, um, without technology, I might not be able to do it remotely, or maybe I might not be able to find the job at all. So I think technology is really pushing that.
Technology and your I can attitude,
There you
which
go.
is a big piece of it. So thank you, Sky, for joining us today and sharing your opinions. I wish you a wonderful and empowered next year and entire life.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. How would you define empowered again? Sorry. Oh, wait, no, you're asking me. You're asking me that.
Well,
Um, I think the last time I felt empowered was I think the last time I truly felt empowered was when probably when I was sorry, I need a second
you
to
can
think